this is neat. I'm here with Dr. McClellan, Morgan McClellan, and she's, you know what, as a patient, we all love to see the dentist in the dentist chair sometimes, but we're at the new dental office located right next to Lowe's and right next to the Isis place. So if you get a cavity at the Isis places, you know where to come over. All right, it's a grand opening today. Let me ask you this. How did you decide, hey, I want to be a dentist?
It's a long time ago. It was a family friend, actually. So I was back in high school at the time, and we had a really good family friend who asked me what I wanted to do, what I was thinking about for college. And I didn't know at the time. My thought was, I just knew I didn't want to sit behind a desk all day. I like working with people. I like to talk. So he said he was a dentist, and he said, have you thought of dentistry? So, and I was a kid. I had a lot of dentistry as a kid. So between ortho and all
but you got beautiful looking teeth. Look at that.
I do.
Holy cow! Look at that smile. Now let me ask you this question before we continue. Do you floss? Now, be honest. Do you floss every single day?
Yes.
Okay.
I am one of those.
And why is that so important?
Well, your toothbrush doesn't get between those teeth, and the problem with that is you leave that junk that builds up between the teeth. It causes periodontal disease. It causes all kinds of issues, and that's where a lot of people get cavities, because they're just, you may brush every day and do all the things, but if you're not flossing, you're not getting right between the teeth where those cavities like to form. So.
All right. Getting back to your life story, your dental friend said, hey, why don't you get into dentistry? So you decided this in high school.
I did, and so I had been seeing my dentist for forever at that point, and so I brought it up to him one day when I was in the chair, and I said, I was told I should think about dentistry, and he said, well, come work for me for the summer. So I did that as a junior in high school, and I loved it. I thought it was great, and I worked for him again all senior year, and it was history from there.
All right, where'd you go to undergrad?
I went to undergrad at University of Detroit Mercy.
Okay.
And did my dental school also at University of Detroit Mercy School of Dentistry up in Michigan, where I'm from. I was in an accelerated program. It was that I actually applied for when I was in high school, because at that point I knew I wanted to be a dentist. And so I got to get my bachelor's and my dental degree all in 6 years.
All right, how'd you land up? Michigan's way up north, Midwest, and you're here in North Carolina. How did that happen?
In a very roundabout way. I was young I knew I was going to be young coming out of dental school, and I was born and raised in Michigan my whole life, and I decided to offset, because frankly dental school is very expensive. So I decided that, I looked into joining the military, and I decided to join the Navy. So I actually started out my career as a naval dentist. I did 6 years, met my husband my first 3 years I spent in Virginia. Met my husband there, who's Army, and we ended up in Washington for him, and then I kind of traveled out there after I finished my deploying. And then we were out there, and then decided, we're done moving. We have 2 young kids now, and so North Carolina will be home for us.
Let me ask you this question. Since he was in the military, did he wear a ring that was a rubber ring?
He just didn't wear one, period.
No, the only reason I asked is because a lot of guys in the military will not wear actual rings, because that's a good way to lose a finger.
Exactly. So in lieu of that, he's a trauma surgeon. So in lieu of that, he opts to just wear nothing, because he can't lose a finger, period.
All right. Again, you travel all over the country, I guess, and North Carolina turned out to be the perfect fit. Why?
Well, we always wanted to get back to the East Coast. He did, my husband did med school in Bethesda. I was obviously in Virginia for a few years. Had a great time out in Washington State, but we just said, really we like it out here. It's closer to our families, and it's a really great area to raise kids. So we decided, hey, let's do it. And so we made that move, and it'll be our final move. So that's why we're putting down roots here. We built a house. Our kids love it. So we love it. It's great.
All right. Wells and McClellan Dentistry right here next to the Lowe's. Why here? Why you decided to start a business here?
It's 8 minutes from my house.
Oh!
But No, I mean, we love the community. Like, we've been here for a little over 3 years. I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to get close to home. I've been in Cary up until now, so this was just perfect timing, perfect location, perfect opportunity. So I'm really excited to be serving the community of Pittsboro now where I live.
All right, last question. What's put the biggest smile on your face as a dentist?
As a dentist, I think the biggest smile is when I have a patient. Honestly, when I have a patient come in with something broken in the front, and I can fix it right then and there, and it looks like it was never broken, because the patients give me the biggest smiles, and I just love that.
All right, folks, Dr. McClellan, she's in a dental chair. You can come down and take her place, and she'll check you out and put a big smile on your face. Thank you so much.